Hello everyone, welcome to Opportunity Attacks. This is episode 15 of our D&D actual play of Keep on the Borderlands. If this is your first time tuning in, you may want to start in episode 1 for context. The link is in the description below. Please like and subscribe so you will know when our next episode will be uploaded. If you've made it this far, I salute your dedication. I think it's time for a real quick update to freshen you up on the story. The heroes went to Olka to help their old mentor Bernard, who was having goblin problems. They tracked the goblins down to an abandoned building in the middle of the woods, which they were headquartered out of. After killing all the goblins, they found a note on the goblin leader. The note was instructing them to disrupt trade with Olka and the Keep on the Borderlands. After reporting their success to Bernard, they then went back to the Keep to tell someone about this note. They spoke with Talbot, the captain of the Keep on the Borderlands, who informed them they were also having similar problems with the road connecting the Keep and the towns of Kvothe and Aquitani. These two towns were in dire need of food due to this trade deficit. Talbot hired the heroes to escort a caravan to both Aquitani and Kvothe. The heroes made it to Aquitani and delivered their goods. Making their way back to the Keep, they stopped at the town of Kvothe and met a priest of Ogma named Livy. In his library, they found the remains of a Volo's guide. Inside of it was a map of the local area. They then went back to the Keep and celebrated the Festival of Green Grass. Not sure of where to go next, the heroes consulted their newfound map, on which they noticed a strange location deep in the woods, labeled as the Caves of Chaos. They then left to investigate this mysterious location. When they got there, they found a huge canyon with a waterfall and stream running down the middle. The walls of the canyon are dotted with caves, and the area appears to be teeming with goblinoids. They entered the closest cave and killed an entire tribe of goblins and an ogre. The neighboring tribe of hobgoblins came down and investigated the carnage, while the heroes hid. The heroes were able to piece together that there is some sort of truce between the goblinoid tribes. They then retreated from the caves to report what they have found. First to Livy and Kvothe, then to Talbot, the captain of the Keep. Talbot also mentioned that somebody named Pascal from Silvery Moon is coming to meet the heroes in about a week. They then went back to the Caves of Chaos and killed an entire tribe of kobolds. They then infiltrated the hobgoblins' lair, killing the entire tribe and saving a few human captives. They left the Caves of Chaos and were met by a messenger who told them that Aquitani was burned to the ground by a little fire people. They then went to Aquitani and found a superstitious Uthgard tribe at the base of the mountain. They then assisted Francisco in killing the fire people in the mine and a fire snake, who appeared to be summoned. They then went back to the Keep. Alright, so you guys stay the night at the inn, wake up the next morning, and you are now in the Keep of the Borderlands in the inn.
So we had put in orders for mounts
last night.
So we're talking probably a week or so at least before they get here.
About that long, yeah.
So
it'll take us about 3 days to get to Olka, right?
I think it was 3 days from the Keep to Olka.
Yeah.
And he said that it'd be first come, first serve.
First come, first serve for what?
The mounts.
Oh.
So we have to.
I don't know too many people would be buying
there.
a riding dog. So
Yeah, I think you're safe.
Well, the horses might be a different issue.
well, that sucks to be you. We'll be back. I mean, we're gonna be gone for all of maybe a week. 3 days there. Spend a day or two looking around. Head back.
We could wait to see if this one fellow is going to show up tomorrow.
Is that the end of the first week then that we've been supposedly waiting for him?
So you basically were told on the 17th.
I've been crossing out days, not days we're on.
Yeah, so we're on the 26th. And then, of course, tomorrow is the first day that he could potentially show up. He said it would take a week, maybe 2 weeks, so you really don't know when he's going to be there. However, you do know that there is a very large group of people moving toward the Keep. Just to let you know, just to remind you. You're not really too sure on what they are, but you guys were speculating that it could potentially be the Red Wizards of Thay.
Which would have to encounter the Uthgard on the way there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or go around them.
Or go around
So they were talking about this individual. Did we ever get a name for him or him, her? The
individual
person coming around.
His name is Pascal.
Pascal.
Actually, wasn't he from the Red Wizards, or was he coming from Mirabar?
He was actually coming from Silvery Moon, but from Mirabar, because you have to go through.
Okay, so it was not included into the...
And we have no idea why.
Yeah.
They just
He just wanted to meet you. He just wanted to talk with you.
Okay, well, I'd say if we wait for him and he doesn't show up, then we're guaranteed now that we have to wait an additional week, up to an additional week for him to show up.
Well,
And when he gets here...
He didn't give us a clear-cut time frame.
Yeah.
So he can't be mad if we're not here right when he gets here, so...
Yeah, kind of what I was getting at is he's going to be here. I think they were talking about him being here for a couple weeks after he gets here anyway.
Yep.
So it's not like we have to be here waiting for him.
Plus, we have a bigger obligation.
Yeah, we have more important things to
Bernard.
do than wait for some noble at this point. I'm assuming noble.
I say we
that's
rest
what
up.
he said he was.
I say we rest up and restock and hit the road to Olka.
Yeah, I say we go
It
to
only
Volca.
takes us 2 days to get to Oka.
2 or 3.
Yeah, but spend some time investigating while we're
Yeah.
waiting, and then taking it easy maybe for a little while. Getting a
We
full decompress and download.
We could definitely use the time.
So yeah, where are we? And I'm guessing we're discussing this in the room, or where are we?
We're probably not doing this outside.
Okay.
I'm gonna head out and go to the smithy, pick up my caltrops.
Okay, yeah. Lucian sees you coming from across the way. He actually puts down his stuff. He knows exactly what you're coming for. And he says, oh, you're a little late picking those up. And he pretends to toss them to you, but then it's caltrops. It's a dumb idea. It's in a sack that could perforate. It's not a leather sack.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, oh. And then he hands them to you. And he says, yeah, just some bent nails welded together. I don't know what you're planning on using them for.
You never know what you're going to need them for.
So hopefully they're not for my feet.
Probably could have found a use for them in the last couple days.
What,
I would have made it back and got them.
what happened?
Oh, just the caves. I don't know if you've heard about them caves of chaos we've been trampling around in, but things are getting serious up there.
I heard a little bit, and I was told not to mention it to anybody. So, yeah, I'll keep that between you and the guy. But yeah, wish you the best of luck up there. Yeah, what about Aquatani? What's going on up there?
Couldn't tell you.
Huh? The thing burnt down? Did it really burn?
There's little fires. Yeah, but we put them out.
Oh, well, good deal. Hopefully they can salvage their town. He says, well, if you need anything, let me know.
All right.
Which reminds me to talk to
I'm just going to go.
Bernard when we get up there.
Yep.
Well, I don't have any further business here, so I mean, anyone else before we set out?
I'm ready to go.
What was the name of
Did I prepay him?
Yeah, you prepaid him.
Okay.
Everybody give me an intelligence check.
Is it based
Or no,
off
this would be a wisdom check. This would be a
Is
wisdom
it based
For
off of memory?
Yeah.
No, this is just it's more of being able to pick out your social surroundings.
Yeah, awareness, yeah.
Yeah.
That is a
Okay, no.
just straight
You
wisdom.
said wisdom?
Straight wisdom.
19.
Oh, you got it.
I got an
15.
11.
15 right.
14.
I got
Okay.
a negative to that.
So if you definitely notice that Akilith notices that people seem to be moving around. You keep an eye toward the gate, and you notice that there are people moving around pretty frantically. So yeah,
Like, just in general? Or like.
just in general, people are
like
moving
all of a
around.
sudden?
You're kind of noticing, okay, what's going on over there? But you don't really glean anything other than people are acting weird.
Towards the gate.
Yeah,
Right. The shopkeep is.
right next to him. Yep.
I'm going to go over there then.
He's standing out front, and he's talking to a woman out in front, and he says, "No, I swear you should buy it here and buy it now because you can actually return it. You can't return it to those wizards. They're not going to allow you to return this beautiful item." He has a kind of like essentially a leather apron that you have little pockets, a medieval version of a fanny pack. So yeah.
She's trying to sell his.
She's trying to sell his.
She's saying she can buy it from the wizards.
You're assuming that,
Yeah.
and she eventually goes, I'll come back in a few days. Don't worry, I won't buy it from them. And she goes on her way. he just shakes his head and looks up to you and says, nobody thinks kindly of a nice return policy,
Well, that's something I look forward to in certain items.
You know where to knock on my door. I think that's that's what keeps me vulnerable, What can I do for you?
What was that all about with, when I hear the word wizards?
Oh, yeah, apparently the Red Wizards of Thay are coming back around. They're going to set up an enclave outside of our town. At least that's what I hear.
We did see a big party of... Couldn't quite tell, but... Yeah, marching here after we dealt with Aquatani. So they must be them.
Well, they're actually... they're going to be about 30 minutes or so, and they're going to be actually coming and addressing... Talbot in front of the gates here soon. So everybody's kind of getting ready for it.
That's what everyone's running around for.
Yeah. You can see Talbot eventually, he's still strapping on his armor, basically, when he's coming out of the front, the intro gate going into the main area of the living area of the keep, and he's strapping on his armor and just kind of... there's a dwarf who is kind of trying to help him as he's walking along and everything, and he's writing stuff on a piece of paper and all sorts of stuff, and he's coming your direction, coming toward the front of the gate.
I'm gonna bid adieu to, what's the guy's the shopkeeper's name? The gnome?
Bellanon.
Bellanon, yeah.
Bellanon. Well, thanks for the talk, Bellanon. I'm gonna go catch up with my comrades.
Excellent.
And I just kind of give nod to God, I cannot remember names at all, but...
Oh, no, Talbot.
Talbot.
Yeah, the main guy.
Give a nod to Talbot as I'm walking by.
He, where are you guys?
Somewhere out in the middle, I'm assuming.
I'm out in front of the inn.
Okay.
Yeah, I walk up to you guys and give you all the wizard spiel. I guess here in 30 minutes that those mages are going to be showing up here. Whole town's in a tizzy thinking that they're going to buy some goods and whatnot. And hearing about a little bit, Talbot's going to be addressing the main guy at the gate.
Now, real quick, this is an actual question.
Uh-huh.
How much did we... I know my character knows, jack squat anything about him, but if I remember right, somebody actually rolled pretty high on that. So,
we both.
So I
couldn't remember what exactly we discerned.
Well, and he would have... I think he told you everything that he knew, I'm guessing. So, basically, the Red Wizards of... I mean, what do you want me to tell you about the Red Wizards?
More or less... Did we come across that they usually give cursed items?
Yes.
Do we have that knowledge or not?
Basically, there... And yeah, so you have knowledge that is a thing that has happened. It's very, very unlikely that it's kind of like a lightning strike type of situation. So it's kind of one of those things that you hear more so than than actually. But there is a Thayan enclave in almost every large city. So there's one in Waterdeep. There's one. There's a lot of these.
It's more legit. It's not.
It's very legit. Okay. They're just rogue agents basically, and they're always looked at as kind of a they have to follow a certain law, basically, and a Thayan enclave is where they set up shop, basically, where they can sell discounted goods, and that's not just magic items. That's always thought of, because they always have those, too. So yeah.
I can see Talbot, right?
Oh, yeah. He's strapping on his armor, basically.
I come up to him.
He says, "Hey, it's good to see you all. How was Aquatani? How was that?"
Talbot, if you allow me.
Oh, of course. No, I know what you're doing.
I show him the presence of Aquatani, leaving out the way that one guy was trying to avoid us from knowing too, the whole mining situation or whatever.
Oh, you're telling him about the mine.
Tell him about the mine, but leaving out what he wants.
The lucrative part about the mine. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Leaving that out, and I'll just show him the Oothgard outside of Aquatani.
He says, "Oh, that's not good." And you probably show him the whole interaction you guys had, I'm guessing. So he says, "Well, it looks like you guys handled the situation good." He's actually getting used to this thinking thing. He's like, I kind of like this idea. I like how not flashy this is.
It also allows to keep secrets secret.
No, that's what it's all about. And he's just, and the weird thing is that he's not quite used to it in the fact that he's giving facial gestures like he's speaking. So it looks really weird how he's just kind of like going, and curving one eye and a little bit, So yeah, he said it looks like you guys took care of it very, very well. Hopefully Francisco paid you.
Yes, he did handsomely.
Excellent. And he says that's a good thing we have this mine thing going on with how that mine, with the wealth of that mine. He should have. So,
due to the covetous nature of the Red Wizards of Thay, I hope that you'd keep me secret from them as well.
Oh, of course, no problem at all. It's I'm guessing you're talking about your ability.
Yeah.
Magic? Oh yeah, no problem at all. Yeah, that's there's no reason to share anything with them that doesn't need to be. So, and they're not going to set foot inside the cider gate. So, but they should be here actually any minute here. I need to prepare because it's a weird thing that they have to do. Are you guys standing around?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He actually starts talking, and he says it's a ceremony-like thing we have to do. He's going to give us a present, and we're going to read him his rights, and he's going to ask to set up the enclave. I don't know how long he's going to be here, but if you guys want some deals on some really good items, and he actually says, I kind of want you to start up that thinking thing again. He says, I know it's going to kind of run old gnome over there kind of out of business for a month or so, but what can you do? But yeah, excuse me, gentlemen. I think they're coming down the road here shortly. He opens up the gate completely, and every single person in the army starts moving their way to the front of the keep, basically. This is a show of force, is what it is. And literally, you see everybody, at least you guess everybody, a good 15 people, 10 to 15 people between that is who mans the gate of the keep on the Borderlands, the entire keep itself. And so, and you...
do we wish to stand with them or go about our business?
I'd say stand apart. I would kind of like to see what happens.
I'd
rather not just
curious.
Get into a fight. No. I like fighting, but not against wizards, especially large groups.
I'm going to stand with them.
Okay. So it doesn't take long.
So I can hear.
And when he said 20 minutes, it's 20 minutes until the whole entire thing parks, gets ready, and they come up. So basically what ends up happening is a group of over a dozen wagons, over 40 people, you would guess, at least you're kind of guessing. Some are fully armed and armored men. And we're talking, over 10. There's more. This enclave has more of a fighting presence than the keep by far. As far as the look of their equipment, as far as the look of their soldiers, there are commoners also in this group too. So it's not all just fighting people. And of course, there is leading, or I guess tailing near the end, is a wizard in a red robe. Tattooed. He looks like he's in his 40s, shaved head, shaved eyebrows, which that's a weird thing when you see people with shaved eyebrows. And followed by two similarly looking people, but they're younger, so two of those.
I'm going to stand by Keyleth during this exchange. Because he said you were going to go up to...
I'm just going to be like part of their show of force, like behind Talbot.
Yeah, because I'm also curious about what's going on too, and
I'm just sitting on my dog off to the side a little ways.
Okay. Yeah, and there are definitely people out there, not just the army, but people also kind of want to see what, because this doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, it's a rare opportunity to actually directly encounter a Red Wizard of Thay, so...
And on good terms. You guys aren't, this isn't a menacing deal.
Right.
It looks very menacing to a certain degree in the fact that you guys are outnumbered. But eventually they encircle their wagons.
I gotta make the keep's army look a little better.
Yeah. You might be one of the higher level people in that army. So yeah, basically, eventually, the Red Wizard, the older wizard, and two of the younger wizards approach. And before they even get to you, they actually bow, showing, actually, and you would have working knowledge of this, and basically showing that they're not threatening you. And then he actually walks completely up. He gets on one knee, and he says, "I come bearing gifts." and he walks up and he basically holds out a sack of coin. Talbot comes up and accepts the coin, and he also pulls out a sword. It looks very, very nice. Hands it to Talbot, and he, of course, doesn't unsheath it or anything like that. He presents it hilt first, and a beautiful blue and gold tabard with a keep on it, and that is gold thread. And he hands it to Talbot. He also says, "I wish to ask your permission to erect the enclave. 300. It'll be 300 meters away from the wall. Me and my men will protect your citizens if you wish, and you have full right to use my men if you wish." He also produces a legal document. This is on vellum. And are you near Talbot? Because I want to see who can see stuff and who can't.
Yeah, I'm
okay.
like by his shoulder.
Okay, yeah, and you look like a third level bad. I mean, you look more badass than everybody else. So, and of course on his other side is Lucian. On vellum, an illuminated scroll in a case, and he actually takes it out, and it has a seal of. Do you have any sort of? Give me a history check.
Is it to do with Red Wizards? 'Cause I got a natural 20 last time.
And I got good
No,
history,
this is
but
something
a shitty
completely
roll.
different. This is just Mirabar.
8. I have good history, but yeah, I got rolled a 4.
There's a name, Arathon Hammer, or Hard Hammer, the Marion, and the seal of the Council of the Sparkling Stones. I will give you that already, though, because you guys already found that out. Sparkling Stones is the Council of Mirabar. And it says it basically grants, it's huge writing. This is ridiculous. This is definitely a legal document. And it grants permission to create a Than enclave in the Northern Territory, which is where you are. And basically the stipulations, and he says, I will follow all the stipulations. I will follow the law of the land. I will offer defense to Mirabar citizens. I will not take any or use slaves in your territory. And he's basically kind of just saying this as a statement of fealty, basically. I will not plunder Mirabar territory, including ruins and goblinoid tribes. However, Mirabar citizens can, and he throws that in. I will not attempt to influence Mirabar's governmental structure. I will not practice necromancy. And I will not sell items that are not legal in this territory. Stipulations, however. I will be allowed to set up my Than enclave. Within the Than enclave, once the banners are erected and the walls set up, Than law applies within. And I must be allowed to sell my products under normal cost, minimum of 10% under normal cost. Do you agree? And Talbot bows his head. And then he says, Good. Well, it's good to you guys looking very, very strapping, very strapping. He says, Talbot, we must dine sometime. You must come dine with me. He says, I must get to work now. And he actually eyes and he sees you. And he
sees them.
Oh, he sees everybody that wasn't there last time that looks weird, and you guys look weird, basically. So, except for you, because you're kind of off to the side. You're more blending in, more so than these people that are standing right up front.
Other than the fact that I'm on a riding dog.
Well, yeah. But you're not right up in front. So, yeah. And then he bows, and then he walks away. So, yeah. And Talbot looks over you and he says, that went a lot better than I thought it would.
You did good.
Yeah. He says, he shows you his sword that he has, and it looks very, very nice.
You should have the kid take a look at that.
Sure.
I do with it.
You like looking at things. Okay, or don't. So, boys, I'll walk over to you guys.
Well, actually,
That was very extravagant, wasn't it?
Did Talbot receive that writ from him for the stipulations?
No. That's his document. Because he can erect his enclave in other places.
Okay, so if you didn't hand him the writ, could I do an insight check on him?
Yep, that's no problem at all.
Because I thought he handed him
No.
a copy. I think it's a 15. Oh, no, it's a 13.
Okay. No, yeah, he's completely seems... He's even providing legal documents, so that's how much he's trying not to lie, basically. So no, he didn't seem like he was lying whatsoever.
More or less if he was trying to hide something.
No. The weird thing is, and I'll give you this, is that were you able to see the document?
I was up near Talbot. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And the writing on it is stupidly large, and it's meant to be presented in front of people, in large groups of people. There is no part on there that says, however, Mirabar citizens can. That's kind of taken for granted. I mean, that's kind of in the...
What was that line exactly?
It says, I will not plunder Mirabar territory, including ruins and goblinoid tribes. However, Mirabar citizens can. Basically, he's saying that he can buy stuff from you. Is what he's saying.
Yeah.
He can't plunder anything, though. That's a big thing. They can't just go and just start raiding territory or anything. They just buy and sell.
So basically he's making the offer to anybody within earshot. I will buy relics off of you, basically.
Wink, wink.
Yeah.
So in that he wasn't trying to actually mislead you at all. He was just saying, "Oh yeah, and this." So that's the only funky thing that he said.
Before Talbot's able to make it back inside, I will go ahead and trot over to him.
Okay.
And while hunting in the Caves of Chaos, we found this, and I show him the tapestry with the keep on it.
He says, "Whoa, that let's bring that inside." So yeah, he eventually, after he kind of shuffles everybody inside, and it takes a little bit of time. You get inside, and he says, "I think we've been missing this for probably 5 years or so. It's good to see it. It's in pretty good condition for being missing this long. But that's."
We have two of them.
No, we don't.
One from the Goblin Cave and one from Kobolds.
Well, the other one was just a tapestry. This was the one specifically with the keep on it.
I thought the one from the Goblin Cave tapestry also had a keep on it.
We'll say it does.
Okay. Well, then I'll show him the other one then.
Okay.
Too.
Yeah. He says these used to go on both sides of our gate a long time ago. So he says, I'll definitely pay for the finder fee. How much does it say on there?
25 for the first one, 20 for the other one.
He gives you full price.
Okay.
The 21 is damaged though, so that's fine. But yeah.
Could have done that before the meet and greet. Would have been a little prettier out there.
I didn't know that's what it was, though.
Well, this will be technically our first time seeing a what the Red Wizard.
Well,
offered.
actually, yeah, it reminded me when I saw that. So
yeah, it would have been the first time we actually see any sort of keep on the Borderlands banner. I think.
Yeah, for the most part. So yeah, what are we going inside the keep?
Let's hit the road.
Talbot, if you don't mind, why?
We're not.
Why would they suddenly make an enclave here? Was the Worm Cave not enough for them?
Well, and this is pure speculation. I think that they were dealing business with the Uthgard tribes. While they can't plunder anything, they can hint, wink, wink. We'll buy stuff, which is what they did. They that was not in that contract. So I'm guessing they went up to the Worm Cave because it is a dragon's lair. Of course, there's going to be something in there they want to buy. I don't really know why they're in this area, other than there are a lot of ruins around here, and they're thinking that they can buy magic items from the ruins. But so yeah, I'm not really too sure why. I guarantee they did business with the Uthgards because there's nothing up there except for them and a dragon. So
and giants.
Yeah. So yeah. What are we?
So they're setting up shop and whatnot.
Yeah, they're basically, and I'll once you're actually outside watching it, I'll give you.
How long do they normally stay?
He says, well, really, that's up to them, and we can actually tell them to leave at any time. So, I really have no issue with them being here.
How long did they stay last time?
They were only here for a week, and they specifically said that they're not really here. I mean, they're of course wanting to sell us goods and whatnot, but
because before you said that, what's his name is going to be out of business for a month.
Well, I just assumed, but hopefully not. But
He still has our business.
well, that's That's good. That's good. You're still keep paying the taxes of the land. That's why it's a little bit more pricey here. But yeah, we should be actually getting some new recruits. We're having 4 armed guards coming from Mirabar here shortly. So they're fully armed and armor ready to go. So we'll have this area a little bit more secured, hopefully.
Are they escorting past Cal?
Possibly. I'm not really too sure. They said they'd be here by the end of the month, is what they said. And it's best to travel in caravans of some sort, so armed caravans. Being a noble, though, he most likely has his own security, I'm guessing. But yeah. What now? What as far as the Caves of Chaos goes? Because and he kind of looks around and he goes, "Do you guys want to meet me in my keep?"
We can have the conversation here if you allow.
Well, how do I talk to them?
I just set it up, like.
I go boo.
Yeah, conference mic.
Yeah.
This is on.
I go boo in my head.
I can
says-
be a conduit for which you can talk to them through.
He goes, and he gestures with his eyebrows all up, big. And yeah, he goes, "Oh, okay. He's being real awkward about it too, like looking around at everybody as when he talks to you, because that's what he's just used to doing. So he says, "Well, so what about the Caves of Chaos? What have you seen from that place?"
And we know that there's at least a bugbear tribe, a goblin tribe, and a hobgoblin tribe still up there.
Bugbears are up there too.
Knowles is
Or
one.
Knowles, not
We took care of
bugbears.
No, we took care of the hobgoblins.
The hobgoblins.
Huh.
Bugbears are still there.
Bugbears, orcs, and gnolls.
Yeah, the big ones. And
Also two
some type of giant feathered bear-looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
He says,
And the last time we left, they kind of saw us.
Yeah.
So they know that we've been going in and doing raids.
So are they like allied or something? What's going on?
It appears they have some sort of truce.
Yeah, they're not killing each other.
They also took 2 hostages.
Oh no. Okay. And I'm surprised. Now, where did they say they were from?
We didn't talk to them. Wait,
You
the
normally
hostages?
talk to goblinoids?
Oh no, the hostages. Where were they?
Did they tell us?
Did they tell us?
Yeah,
Because
Uh,
I would have remembered.
Yeah, you would have. They were. Was a merchant caravan. There was 3 people. It was a merchant caravan, is what it was, and it was going from Aquatani. It was going through Aquatani to the keep, is where it was going. So,
Okay, that's what
they weren't from there, though.
We can give them a picture of their faces, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay, you flash over a picture of your. He says, "That's way better than a description." He says, "Yeah, no, I saw them come through. They overcharged on everything and had a pretty high steep fee for moving goods. But you get what you can take, and of course they paid the price. Where are they?"
Currently
Well,
being captured by Knowles.
Freed them, found one dead, and apparently they got recaptured. I don't assume that they'll be surviving, that we found knoll tracks, and knolls tend to
They're gonna
devour their captives.
Yeah, I've run into those before, and yeah, they. The strange thing is they eat your asshole first. I normally wouldn't say this, but the fact that, that we're having this private conversation, it's good information to know, believe you me. They want you alive when they eat you. They want to kill you the last thing. They eat you alive.
Okay.
I've seen it with my eyes.
I feel sorry for that.
He says, in that Aquatani business, so you guys took care of Aquatani?
He already got flashed with this stuff.
Oh, he already got flashed. Okay. He says, I really wish I could owe you, give you more money. Now, give me some details on the Caves of Chaos, like flash over some images, is what he's saying.
Yeah, I'd do that.
Okay.
All of pretty much what I can recollect within the past 30 days about the Caves of Chaos.
He says, I'm going to take you at face value on this. However, I do plan on going there myself one day when I'm not needed here so badly, just to make sure you're correct on this. But believe you me, I'll pay you guys a nice stipend for this. How about that?
To prove to you that I can remember, I flashed him the first time I ever saw him and everything he said that day.
I go,
I mean,
I believe you.
You have to understand these aren't created images; these are actual images of the things that we experience.
These are actual memories that I keep.
You can't
within
fake
my-
Well, I'm not doubting it. I'm just saying I've got to go inspect it first. But
Well, maybe next time we go out, you can join us.
I would like that actually. He looks around at the keep and he says, "You wouldn't believe this place gives me claustrophobia. It's used to being out there in the north, a little bit further north." But
Can I size him up with like an insight check?
as
to
far
see-
as far as his capabilities as a warrior,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead. I can even tell you his level, or I can tell you if he's above your level or lower than your level.
you say cockeye?
And this is straight insight.
It's like inside of a crevice, I think.
I don't care. You can take it if you want it. It's fine.
He doesn't.
It doesn't. Yeah. Dice rollers are foolproof.
Got the same thing.
Yeah, okay, well, cool.
7.
Okay.
Yeah, mine was a 5.
No, you're not really able to size him up. He is higher level than you are, though. As far as, yeah,
Really?
I don't know if that's right, but yeah. He does look. He doesn't look like
He
he's.
looks like a veteran.
Yeah, he looks like a veteran of some sort. He is a little long in the tooth, though, I would say. So as far as him being in fighting shape currently, I don't know. So yeah, he says, "Well, gentlemen, I wish you. Where are you planning on going now?
Well-
Not to keep tabs on you or anything like that.
And the next week, we plan to visit up to Olka to see our friend who had business for us, and we'll be back then. And we request that if Pascal shows up while we're gone, that you tell him that we'll be back within a few days.
Of course, he's going to be staying for a while. He said so. Yeah, we'll have him waiting for you, and he'll be staying at the keep just to let you know. So good day, gentlemen. And he kept saying that in the silent talk. So he basically just kind of curtsy bows to you, just kind of nods his head, and then walks away. You guys basically just stared at each other for a good 5 minutes, just looking at each other. It was kind of weird, but nobody seemed to pick up on the weirdness. So yeah, you
Gotta love telepathy.
yeah.
Oh yeah, and last night I divvied up what little
Especially
spoils
when
we
one of us
had at the
stutters.
moment. So if you guys want,
To what?
I divvied up the spoils for the party last night.
Boil it up.
Might as well do those banners too now.
That's part of it.
Okay.
62 copper, 52 silver pieces, 12 gold, and 5 electrum. And we have a party pool of 2 platinum, so I'm just kind of keeping that because we can't quite split it yet.
Okay, well, should we just go see what they have?
I think so.
Yeah. So we're gonna wade our way into the.
I say we go to
Please
Olka.
keep
The
my
thing.
power at
That
discretion.
way we can get there by the end of the month, because we're about to lose another day.
Well, how long has it been? Like all of like a half hour,
It-
hour?
It takes us 2 days to get
Oh,
there.
no, I'm talking
We'll
about
be
okay.
fine.
They're
To get to them, or to right now currently.
Yeah,
so
currently.
it's probably
And they're not even set up.
3 hours in a day into the day right now. 2 hours ish, 3 hours. So 6, 7, 8. It'd be early morning is what it still is. And when you actually leave the gate, let me know.
Okay, so they're still setting up, or are they set up?
You don't know. You're inside the gate.
Yeah. Well, I look outside the gate.
Okay. The guards are just very lax with you guys because they know you now. So yeah, you're able to look down the road, and it's 300 meters away. So it's pretty decent. It's down the
Soundtrack
way.
sounds a lot like Lost. I have to point that out. Like when they're walking around like the bushes and stuff, and like all the emotional moments.
Yeah.
Sidetrack.
It's violence. So yeah, you actually, when you peek your head out, you actually see the orderly troop begins, and they're actually putting it up right now, right after the well, I guess you didn't see that part. And they're setting up their little encampment like an army of ants. They put up tents and a pen for livestock, and finally they erect an 8-foot tall wall that encircles the encampment. It's set like it's kind of like an intricate puzzle. It's kind of like Lincoln Logs, basically. There is also watch platforms strategically placed around the wall. So while they don't have it up, they have it halfway up, and it's only been 30 minutes.
Okay, so the stalls aren't open; they're just setting up right now. Yeah, we might as well just go on because they could be here for a week, a day, and we don't really know. So
We'll be here when we get back.
probably, we hope.
All right, so where are we heading?
So we probably head to Olka unless someone wants to dispute.
All right, excellent.
On the road again.
And we'll
Just can't wait to get on the road again.
give you a description of Olka again once we get there. How
How
long does it? Where do you get on the first day? Where do we
So
end?
after 3 hours.
We get to Olka.
So many times.
Really?
Yeah.
It takes you one day. Okay, shit.
Oh, I thought it was.
I thought it was 2.
I thought it was 2. I think the biggest reason is because you fought in between every single time you've been and left from Olka.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, we are in the town of Olka, and I'll go ahead and just replay the description because it's been a while. The dense forest opens up into a clearing. The clearing is definitely man-made, as you see endless tree stumps. You walk along the road through the clear cut until you see a small group of around a dozen buildings. These wooden buildings are brand new and well made. The most prominent building is a large open-air structure that has processed timber scattered along the ground. The other building that stands out is a small granary in the center of the village. The overwhelming smell of pine permeates every inch of this village. You are now in the timber town of Olka. All right. Yeah, nobody's really. There's no guards. There's no. It's just a tiny timber town. Well-made buildings, and there is not 12 buildings, but close. And by now, I would say they actually they're erecting another building. It's over by where it says Olka over here. They're kind of lifting, and that's where you actually approach from, is from the south. So yeah, where are we going? They don't even notice you. They're not even trying to.
I imagine we need to find the guy, Bernard. I think
Go to
it is.
Bernard's house.
Okay.
It's the perfect music for Bernard.
Now you, of course, this is a clear cut all the way around. However, the trees that are around you is for erosion control and for weather and whatnot. So it's clear cut all around, except for right there. You,
It's nighttime, correct?
it would be, I guess it would be, wouldn't it? So yeah, there's not anybody, they wouldn't be able to notice you. There are people gathered in the center of town, and there is a fire. Everybody's kind of gathered around, kind of cooking food communally.
We walk up.
Okay, yeah, you walk up, and you're noticed by other people who kind of alert Bernard, and he says, "My boys are here! My boys are here!" And he stands up and he kind of waddles over to you in a ridiculous arthritic, grunting and hobble-legged walk. He doesn't even walk kind of toward you because he can't see you. He says, "Where are you?"
I feel like I do
Over
all the
here,
has-
Bernard.
Oh, okay. He walks over to you and he says, "I see you've you guys held up. Where have you been? What if come and tell everybody what you've been up to."
Just sit down at the campfire. and
Yeah, I guess so.
Tell
There's
our
about
stories.
7 to 8 people that's sitting around. They pull you up some food as you sit down. So yeah,
Tell them the fabulous tales of the demons underneath the mine and
is there anything you leave out?
just payments and shit like that. Just
Okay.
the battles and describing them.
Just stuff that doesn't matter, and also things you're trying to keep secret. So yeah, like the mine and everything. You tell him about the Caves of Chaos and everything.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Wow, that's now, boy, can you? I'm sorry to call you that. God damn, I can't think of your name right now. Durhale. Can you give me a picture of the Caves of Chaos?"
I can.
He
I
says,
do so.
He says, "Oh,
Music down a little bit.
well, that's really interesting. Yeah, that's that owlbear thing. That thing seems real scary."
Owlbear?
He says, "Well, the thing that you showed me with the feathers and stuff."
I didn't realize that's what they were called.
Oh yeah, don't go anywhere near them. Shoot them with bows. Don't get anywhere near them. I fought one time a long time ago. You have to understand that these things they'll whack you a few times if you get up near them. Can't avoid them too. I heard from a wizard, and I believe this man. He said that they always hit you no matter what, and they hit me every time. So,
Good to know.
yeah. What brings you up toward the north here?
Well, business proposition, and then partially to possibly start looking for those tools here shortly.
Oh, yeah. Now, we've gotten, of course, our tools have, trade is kind of resumed, so we do have tools, of course. None of them have been stolen since last month. But yeah, I mean, I'm guessing they're still stealing them. I mean, they only steal them at the end and beginning of the months, but...
Yeah, we're just going to hang out and...
Well, excellent. It's going to be good to have you around.
Tell stories and
then
perhaps
also,
help with some work and do some night patrols just to make sure everything stays normal.
Aquatani also needs wood to start rebuilding their homes due to the monsters burning them all down.
Yeah.
So I told him that I would talk to you to maybe have you send word to work out a deal to get them wood and possibly you payment for that wood.
Oh, yeah, of course. That Francisco man has so much money. It's wild. No, we'll work out something. We have a backlog. It's and now we have open roads. So yeah, I don't think this will be an issue at all. We'll send somebody out, and he kind of motions toward a younger guy, and he kind of nods. So yeah, no, that'll be great. Now, is the road, because we're going to probably send up an individual from Olka. We don't want anybody harmed. Is the Lurkwood safe to travel?
No.
Oh. Well, I mean, we'll figure that out when we need to. And if you're ever going up to Aquatani, we might even keep the load at the load of wood in the keep until you guys plan on actually going that direction. So, but no issue. We're not in any rush. They might be.
Main thing is the Uthgard that are outside Aquatani.
Yeah, that's not good. I've only run into them a few times, but this tribe I've never talked to before, so I don't know. You'd never believe it, though. This young boy right here, and he kind of messes the kid's hair up, and he says, "You'd never believe this kid saw a giant the other day."
We did too.
Yeah.
Off in the distance, towering over the trees.
Walking up in the mountains, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, luckily, this little kid didn't pay him any attention, apparently. It's far away, so it's no big deal. But something to keep an eye out for, just to let you know.
Yeah, that would not be fun.
No, yeah, run away. I hear they hit you every time, too. So yeah, you guys spend the night having a great night, and yeah, go to sleep. Get great sleep. Wake up the next morning. What? So are we trying to get up early? And what are our plans for the next day?
Well, looking at the calendar, I'm actually curious. Beginning and the end of the month is when the tools go missing.
Yeah.
Now based on the moon calendar, is that a full moon or an eclipse or a no moon?
Oh, let me see.
New moon or full moon?
Yeah, let me see.
Or whatever the way that works.
So dark is so full moon is where it is a literal circle, a white circle.
So they're doing it at the brightest times of the month then, because it's a full moon at the beginning and end of the month.
Which could mean something that doesn't see in the dark.
Very well, or it may be something. Well, I am not a purveyor. I'm not that smart. I'm not. I don't use art magic, so. Is it
You're doing
possibly
good, though.
something some creature that functions better during that time, or
But a
maybe
creature that needs used tools? That's my only question.
oh god damn, that's meta.
Well, I say we maybe just don't speculate and keep our eyes open.
I mean, all sorts of creatures. I mean, goblins. If they're retarded, they'll steal anything.
Could I make a nature or arcana just to speculate on what kind of creature that could be?
Yeah, you can.
Total meta. It's got to be Fae. Fae just fuck with people for no reason, and they usually come out during full moons and new moons.
Which would be a nature check.
Yeah. But
Whether
that is
you know
completely meta,
about,
but
and there's so many types of Fae too.
Yeah.
I mean, technically he's half Fae, so it's one of
Yeah.
those things that, when you're talking deep Fae, it's a different animal. It's a
Yeah.
different thing.
They can't make me sleep.
Yeah, exactly. That's all he inherited. He didn't get any Fae-ish knowledge.
I don't have. Yeah.
But yeah, no, you can take a nature check for sure.
Yeah. But I'm just like, how can I insinuate that without directly saying Fae?
Okay. Yeah. No, it's
That's a natural one.
Okay.
Oh shit! Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm not gonna roll this die anymore.
It's got to be humans because they can't see in the dark.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Goblins, they steal stuff. They're vindictive.
So it is now the 27th of Mithril. Myrtle, I guess, is how we're pronouncing that. So what are we doing on that day? We can burn through days. Like, you just let me know. You have all the time in the world.
Basically that, I'd say.
Actually,
I mean, we can
talk
look
to,
the area around. I mean, they steal it out of the town, right? Or out of the little village.
So yeah, they traditionally they don't hide their stuff because there's no reason, nor do they keep their doors locked because there's no locks. They can bar their doors potentially, but there's no reason for them to. They used to keep their stuff here. So I would say Bernard's actually around you, so we'll role play it out. He said first, while they started, we just keep it in the in the overall area where we do our work. That's where we keep it so it doesn't get rain on it or anything like that. That month we had them stolen, and then the next time we decided, well, we need to keep them in our actual homes. We did that. They were stolen. And there's been a few months of keeping them in the actual homes, and they just keep getting stolen. To the point to when you actually met us last time, we only had a few axes and adzes between all of us. We had to take turns.
Think that we should build a kind of hut
Where
we can control the environment and put the tools there.
Well, we're building a hut over here. You can use it.
Do that.
That way we
using
can.
it.
So there's no signs of force, like a break-in, like they're not breaking the doors down. They're just
Oh, not at all.
vanishing.
Not at all. They just disappear. I don't know what happens. And we're not, we're even hiding them under things, which is very strange. Hiding them under our beds. They don't all disappear, of course. Only a few of them, but it's strange.
I'd say we pool them together in a hut, and you camp out on the inside at night, and me and Tipperton can run patrols at night.
I was gonna say, because I mean, I wouldn't be any good outside, even on a new moon. That's still gonna be hard to see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, we have low light, don't we? As halflings?
Nope.
Nope.
No. Shit.
There is no such thing as low light in 5th edition.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I don't see very well, even in the moonlight. It's kind of hard. So yeah, I guess.
And then if
I
anything
don't
comes
have a
in,
problem
you can
being
be
inside. I can wait for them and disable whatever attempts to steal them. Of course, if they're just vanishing, that's gotta be.
the kid could post up on top of the hut and be in eye contact with us, and we can.
How's the
speak
hut
to each
set up?
other.
Do the huts have like are they like cone shaped where they have a center hole for like a smoke to go out for, or they have a fire in the middle of the hut?
Yeah, they're not circular, but there's definitely a fireplace in each one of them. Yeah.
But do they have an opening like
I think it's
like
more
a
of a
chimney
log
built in,
cabin.
or-
kind
Yeah.
of a thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And of course, these have very few windows. They probably have like 2 windows because this is a place you got to be able to survive in the wintertime. So yeah, they have probably each 2 to 3 windows at the max, and they're real small. So yeah, those are the built cabins. The one that's not half built. I mean, they
Have
could
you
raise it if they want.
have you been locking your windows? I'm assuming they have shutters.
They do have shutters.
Yeah, so they've been.
But they don't have
you
any
been locking the
locks.
shutters.
He says, "Well, there's no way to lock them, but yeah, we've of course been shutting them. Nope, yeah, no problem.
So they could be coming in through the shutters.
However, it's one of those things that it's really nice out right now, so it's tough to shut that at night right now.
Oh yeah, I guess it could just be normal breaking in.
I think that at nighttime we should pull all the tools together, so that way we can watch one space.
Yeah, it works for me. How
And
long
you
until
can
that?
camp out next to them, and we can run night patrols.
Spread the caltrops out around it.
True.
Until I have to run outside into them.
Well, I'll tuck you.
Don't
I'll
rob
tuck you
it.
into. I'll tuck you into bed with caltrops.
Yeah,
Just you in the middle.
I just throw them at everyone.
Spikes.
Thank you. How long is it going to take to get the hut built? Or the cabin or whatever.
He says, "Well, we can fully assemble it in probably about 2 days if we have everybody work on it."
What would that put us at?
2 days till.
2 till. I'll see why not.
Okay. There's.
Has it happened exactly on the last day of the month each time?
Yeah, it's always on the last day.
The very last day, so it's a very specific time. Okay. Well, then, yeah, I guess we could do that.
Well, it's either the first or the last. It's always one of the two, and it's always at night. So it's either the 30th or the 1st.
Yeah.
If there is a 30th or a 31st. I mean, there's a, of course,
Yeah. Last
variance
day of
there.
the first. Okay.
It's either 31st or 30th, or it's the 1st. One of the two.
Well, let's get to work.
Yeah, I get that place built, and I guess we can kind of
Cue montage.
it a little bit.
Rocky had a montage. Montage.
So yeah, you spend the entire day, building a cabin, basically, grunt work for one day. It's really comforting. Like, this is the only place where you actually go, oh, this is kind of nice being here and not killing things with swords, and it's actually very relaxing and very wholesome, and you're getting to know the people pretty well.
I go out hunting a couple of times.
Okay. Go ahead and give
bring in
me a
extra
few
survival.
survival checks
Durhale gets a +1 to strength.
for. Oh no, in few
While
levels.
working out.
You planned. You wrote up. You drew out the plan.
That's was the 1980s working out montage. Is what that is.
Yeah.
21.
You're the best around.
I'm like the attractive elf with my shirt
Best.
off, sweaty, throwing my hair back.
Yeah.
21.
21? Oh, yeah. You're easily able to, acquire a few pieces of small meat from trapping and whatnot. Yeah. So, yeah. Thank you for watching Keep on the Borderlands. Once again, please like and subscribe to Opportunity Attacks so you never miss an episode.